The Blue Hens were able to post a fifth consecutive 20-win season last year, a fourth straight trip to the CAA championship game, and they made a WNIT appearance, all thanks to the leadership of our guest, Tina Martin. I guess the best way to start is, what did that year last season mean to your program, considering you had lost all 5 of your starters, 7 of your top 8 rotation players from a team that went to the Sweet 16, and yet you regrouped and were able to get right back in the thick of things?
Well, I mean, I think it talks about our program as a whole, how solid it is right now. And, we had tremendous senior leadership with Kelsey Buchanan and Akima Richards and kids who really wanted to put their best foot forward and show the conference and the country that we still are a very good program, and that's exactly what we proved, winning 20 games and going back to postseason play. I mean, we lost, 6,000 points, 4,000 rebounds. Usually when you lose that kind of production, you don't have a great season the following year, but it's a tribute to the coaching staff. I've got a great staff, and then obviously the players stepping up, and the freshmen, sophomores making their marks, and now they're juniors and sophomores, et cetera. So we've established a program now at Delaware, and I'm really proud of it.
And the expectations are set, like you just said, with 4 returning starters coming off of a season where you get back to postseason play after losing those 5 starters. What's the leadership like this season for your team and the confidence level? Where is that?
Well, I think that with Courtney Green, who's our leading scorer, who was a sophomore last year, now a junior, she's really improved her game. She's going off the dribble more, attacking the basket more. We need that from her. So she's a junior. She's ready to take on that role. Joy Caracciolo is a senior. I think Joy will establish herself as an inside presence, and then Courtney will be our outside threat. And then we need others to step up. I think Hannah Jardine's ready to step up as a sophomore. She was a little overwhelmed as a freshman at the beginning of last year, but now she's ready to go. And we've got others. Erica Brown, who was a freshman point guard, which is a heady position to be put in, and now she's looking to score more, and she'll play some off guard as well as the point guard spot. So we've got several pieces in place, and these kids are hungry. They're ready to take the next step. Certainly finishing second in the conference is motivation to try to get that top spot. Obviously, James Madison is in the way. Kenny and I have had plenty of great games and plenty of competition, and but our kids are ready. They're ready and they're hungry, and we're going to go out there and compete for a championship, hopefully.
How much fun has that rivalry with JMU that's kind of developed? You're now probably the 2 top programs on an annual basis in this conference, and the matchups have been heated, and certainly they have been nothing less than interesting over the years.
Well, Kenny and I joke all the time. He says, it's your turn, and I said, no, it's your turn to have the pressure, and we go back and forth, like 2 prize fighters, but the whole league is really, really good. It's not just about the 2 of us. We certainly have emerged over the last couple years, and the rivalry is great. I enjoy it. Kenny enjoys it. Every time I see him in the summer, we kind of duck each other and, act like we're prize fighters. But the bottom line is we have fun with it, and that's what it's all about. And the rest of the league is obviously coming after both of us. So it's such a great league overall. Drexel's done a great job. Denise Dillon's a terrific coach, and Hofstra's always improving, and Towson, and now Elon's in the league. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. So, yes, Delaware and James Madison have been duking it out, so to speak, or as we like to say, the fighting Blue Hens are fighting it out. But it's going to be a tremendous battle up and down the entire CAA.
And philosophy-wise, does anything change from last year? I know you talked about the confidence has changed. You have your scorers in place, and Green hit 56 threes last year. So is there anything that you would like to see done differently in terms of philosophy? And now with more confidence, what can you see for this team?
Well, I think with our freshmen, we're a little more athletic. So I'd like to press a little bit more, not giving away too many secrets, but we will play a little bit differently. You have to make adjustments with every team that you coach. You don't want to do a big overhaul. Obviously, if it's not broke, then don't fix it. And certainly, 5 consecutive years of going to postseason, there's nothing broke at Delaware. But we will tweak some things, and we will change up a little bit. And it's just a matter of how quickly the freshmen grasp it as to how quickly we can press a little bit more. But that might be a change that you'll see. It depends on how that actually develops over the next few months.
Perhaps the most impressive part about what you were able to accomplish last year was you did it with 2 freshmen splitting time at point guard. You mentioned Erica Brown already, and the word you always use with Brown is moxie and the toughness that she brings to the table. What makes her special? And then, of course, Jody Sawyer, who also filled the role and provided some big minutes for you guys.
Well, I like contrasting point guards. You got Erica, who's got a motor that just goes, and the moxie you talk about is the toughness. She'll stare you down and she'll pound her chest, and she just has that air about her, if you will. And then Jody's just a steadying force. She gets the ball where it needs to go, doesn't turn it over a lot, which you love in a point guard, and make sure everybody gets involved. Erica has more of a scoring mentality. Jody has more of a setup mentality. But bottom line is they both have tremendous guts, and when they step on the floor, they're ready to compete. And they're ready to go after it. So I'm excited about both of them. I have them for 3 more years, thankfully. And we went through that first year with them on a learning curve, and now I think they know exactly what I'm looking for from our point guard position, and I'm just really, really blessed to have them both. Erica will continue to score, and she'll continue to have that moxie, as you call it, and Jody's going to be the steadying force for our team.
And Coach, you were a prolific scorer when you played, but we've had discussions about how it's not just about the score. It's not just about the person who's shooting the basketball. It's about the screens being set and everything else being done. Do you discuss that with your team, and how often, if so?
Oh my God, every day. Every single day. We talk about sharing the ball, screening for each other. I mean, we're going to have 3 or 4 kids in double figures this year. We're not going to have just the Elena Deladon or the Kelsey Buchanan show. I've been blessed to coach some outstanding individuals, and we've been able to highlight those individuals. But in addition, in years past, we've had teams that we've really spread the wealth, so to speak. And this team is going to be one of those teams where we're going to have 3 or 4 people in double figures. So you really do have to screen, you have to pass well, and you have to execute offensively. We talk about shot selection every single day and taking care of the ball every single day. That's mentioned, and hopefully we'll be a very good basketball team by when March rolls around.
4 consecutive trips to the CAA championship game. You've been pretty good for a pretty good stretch now. You have your program rolling. Tina Martin, head coach of the Blue Hens, good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.